coloring friends, and welcome to my colorful world. In this video I would like to share the things I worked on in October. So I have a few coloring pages that I finished. I have one that I didn't finish but put in some good time on for sure. And then at the end of the video I'm going to share, as I have the past few months, some cross stitch, crocheting, and I think I'm going to add in books this time too. So I will put a clear mark in the video. So if you're not interested in all that, you can check out, and that is just fine. But if you're interested in seeing some of the other stuff I get up to during the month, you can stick around for that. So let's go ahead and get into the coloring. So it was lots of Halloween themed coloring for sure. I did play my game this month, so I had some goals there that I was trying to focus on, and I really did stick to what I got in that game to color. Um, I didn't really add in any other mood coloring or anything. I did switch things around a little bit with that, and we can talk about that. Um, so in the first book, this is The Magical Season by Lenka Filanenko. And I do have a bit of coloring on this in a video. I did work on it some in my just coloring video that just came out not that long ago. And I kind of finished up this page in that video. This page was done mostly with alcohol marker. And I did try to do some different layering and blending with the markers. I am, as you can tell, not an expert with that, but I do really like the way this page turned out, and it was a lot of fun to work on. I did add some metallic paint in the flames of the candles and the little torch that they're holding back there, so you can kind of see that glow, which I think really does add a cool effect. I really like that. I was really stuck on these candles. I know they're kind of boring looking in there. I just couldn't come up with a color that I really liked with the picture, so I kept them like just an ivory candle. Um, and I don't know, I feel like it almost ended up being too much ivory colors in the picture, but that's okay. Again, I like how it turned out, so I'm good with that. We're okay there. But that's the first picture. And then I did one in 50 Halloween Miniatures by Camelia Angelkova. And this is one of those that it's been a while since I worked on it, so I can't fully remember. I think it was just this one here. And goodness, I think this was mostly alcohol marker too. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was all alcohol marker, and then I just added some sparkle gel pen to this guy's spots and to the little candies on the apples. I think that's it. And again, working on the blending with the markers, which I have to say, actually, I really like how their eyes turned out, especially this guy's. I think the way that the blending worked out, really, really like that effect. So, you know what? I'm getting there. I'm growing. I can see it happening. Okay, and then in Lulu Mayo's A Million Little Monsters, I did complete this page, which I also worked on a bit in the just coloring video. I used all pencils. I think it was mostly Prismacolor. I was thinking back, and the dress on her was already done, and the hat. And I believe I used Crayola pencils for that, but the rest was done with Prismacolor. I did a chalk pastel background, which is my go-to for backgrounds. I wanted it to look like cloudy, magical potion stuff in the sky. The ghosts I did go over with a sparkle gel pen, so they have a little, the big ghosts. The little ghosts just have some shading, but and then I tried to do it's hard to see in the clouds, like almost an iridescent look, which is hard to pick up on camera, but it really does look pretty in real life. Um, and I think the bats turned out super cute. Oh, I did do, it's hard to see on camera again. This guy, I outlined him in a glossy gel pen. There you get it a little bit because he's like a balloon. So, yeah, this page is so cute. Always, always love Lulu Mayo books. Always. And it was a fun one to do. And I said in the video, I made this look like a happy thing was going on, a happy potion for these guys, because I felt bad for them in the pot there. I think something good's gonna happen to them. They're doing a good magical potion on them. That's what we're going with in this world. Um, and then my Kirby Rosanna's page. World Within Worlds. I started this 2 months ago and then added this as a challenge prompt in my game to color a Kirby page. And I did do quite a bit of work on it. It's so time consuming. I cannot believe how long this takes. But I did sit for quite a while and color tree trunks. So I think when I started the month, I basically just had the face colored in. And now at this point, I'm almost halfway with the tree trunks because they end here. And then I'm at the halfway point basically at the top. So I think I added some coloring on a few little animals mixed in there too. And this is all done with Prismacolor pencils. I'm going to keep going on it because I would like to see it finished. I had the idea, which I know is not a super original idea, I'm sure, but to make the trees fall leaf colors. And since we are in November, I think that's the perfect month to finish a fall tree picture. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to keep trucking along with this one. Oh, I did get the ear colored in over here too, along with the trees. But man, this takes some time. It's a time investment for sure. Wow. I mean, kudos to all the people who just knock these pages out. I'm just in awe. But I will get there. I'm going to keep going. I'm very slow, but I will keep going. And then my final page is in this Coloring Heaven Halloween special. And this is the one I kind of changed up a little bit. I was supposed to color a different page in this. It was supposed to be for something I hadn't colored in was the prompt. And I think originally I thought it was a Hannah Lynn picture that I'd started with. I can't find it now. I'm pretty sure it was a Hannah Lynn. And I'd already done 2 other pages with alcohol marker, which is how I usually color hers. So I decided to jump into something different. And I did this guy here. And this is by Morgan Pip. And I really like how he turned out. I really, really like how he turned out. I did do some coloring on this in the just coloring video as well. I'm going to come in just a little closer just so you can see it a little better. There we go. So we got the unhinged raccoon creature. And I did most of the pencil work in Prismacolor pencil. I did do this wreath, the branch wreath on the outside in a black sparkle gel pen. I did that first actually in the picture. And then added a little bit of that to the center of the lollipop there too. And then, let's see, I think I did like a sparkle on his eye too, because I wanted it to look more glowing. And that's it. Just the rest is just pencil. So I really had fun with this one. This was the perfect Halloween color, and I did finish it on Halloween. Um, and it was a lot of fun. I was so worried about his fur, but I think it turned out looking pretty cool. So, yeah, that's it. So that concludes what I colored for the month. It was a good month for sure. I didn't do a ton of pages. I didn't do anything super big and complicated, but I really did enjoy my time, and I think I had some good themed pages for the month, which was great. Okay, so if you are not interested in seeing the other crafty stuff, hobby stuff of my life, thank you so much for joining me for the coloring part of it, and I'll see you in the next one, hopefully. And if you'd like to stick around, we're going to get into the cross stitch stuff I worked on this month. So I showed this last month. I joined a Stitchalong that I purchased on Etsy, and it is a haunted hollow. And the way it works is the person running it releases a part of the pattern every Friday. So I think I had maybe 2 pieces of the pattern when I showed it last month, maybe 3. I think it was just 2 though. And then this month now, of course, I've gotten quite a few more. So here is the Haunted Hollow so far. And it is so much fun. I cannot tell you how excited I am every Friday to get a piece of this pattern. So we got, I'm not sure if the bookstore was already there last month, but then we've got a pub that was added, and the movie theater, and then the coffee shop. And then the one we got this Friday was the Miss Potion shop. And they are so much fun to stitch. I'm just having a blast with this. So, it did take away a little bit from the coloring time, but that's okay. I'm still putting color onto something, and really enjoying it. So this, of course, great for the time of year too. I think there are 2 more. I think there's going to be something that goes here, and then I can't wait to find out what goes in the middle. I think there's just 2 more. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right. And then it'll be over, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I may have to sign up for another one somewhere because I'm going to be, I'm going to miss that. Um, and then the other one I am working on is a camping picture. I'm not going to take it out of the hoop because I just don't want to right now. And this is the camping picture that I had started in the summer after we went camping. And let's see, I finished the tent this month and then added stones, and then I just started adding a little bit more to the sky up here. It's going to be a big circle when it's done, so I'm getting close. I think I'm over halfway now. Um, and that's that one. And crochet wise, I'm not going to be able to show this whole thing, and I apologize, there's going to be dog fur on it. There's dog fur on everything here. It is an Afghan that I had started crocheting years and years ago. I've had this in a closet for years. Um, and I started it because I got all this yarn from my grandmother that she didn't get to use. And I had a ton of black and a ton of this yellow. And I thought, oh, I'm going to make a bumblebee throw. So I started it, and then of course I didn't have enough yarn to get through it. And um, so I took it to the store, of course, couldn't find a good match, and got discouraged and shoved it away in the closet again. And now I'm trying to clean out my craft room so I can do a makeover on it basically, and finish up old projects and just get them out of here. And the other reason I have been procrastinating on this is because it has started looking remarkably like a Steelers blanket. And I am a Ravens fan. So we don't have Steelers things in our house. We just don't. Um, uh, so I decided to suck it up and go just get whatever the closest yarn I could find to this. Show the pattern a little bit better here. So the black has like a bubble stitch every so often. So it's kind of cute. That's where the bumblebee kind of cute bumblebee theme came in. And I'm just making this up. I don't have a pattern or anything. So this is what I found at the store. And it is much, much thinner than the old yarn. It's crazy because I know this was Red Heart yarn and I felt the Red Heart yarn in the store. It wasn't a good match. But it is so different from this yarn. It's crazy how much thinner it is now. Even the black. So I did get a Red Heart black to finish that. Um, and the consistency is so different now. But I went with this yellow here. It is a Big Twist brand from Joanne Fabric. It's close, it's not exact. Although I think having a different colored stripe of yellow makes it look more like a bumblebee and less like a Steelers blanket. So we're winning. um, yeah, so I have one more chunk of yellow and then I'm gonna do a small border like this of black and then this blanket's done. And I wanted it to be a big, like you can curl up with it blanket. So um, that's what that's doing. All right, so that ends the cross stitch. I've just been working on that. It's simple stitches, and I've just been working on it while we watch TV at night. Um, so now we'll move on to books. I'm adding this in because I like books, and I figured um, I, I I come across this quite a bit with people who have hobbies and they're also avid readers. So I just thought it'd be fun to throw that in and share too. And again, you can click off at any time you want. So if this is boring to you, please feel free to check out and I will see you next time. Um, so I read 3 books this month. I read Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. Um, I was a little disappointed with it. It was a good book, but I've heard so many people rave about it, and I do like epic fantasy books. And maybe it was just a matter of being overhyped in my mind, but it wasn't quite capturing me the way that I hear other people talk about it, is basically the gist of it. I did still give it 4 out of 5 stars because I thought the story was really cool. By the end, I did really want to find out what happened, and I felt emotional toward the characters and all of that. Um, it just took me a while to get there, I guess. My this book I bought mass market paperback, cheap, and it like completely it was falling apart as I read it. Like just every time I turned a page, it would come out. So it's a mess. But it is what it is. I am excited to get on to the next book in the series. It definitely ended on a note where I want to see what happens next and where different characters end up and all of that. So, yeah, that's the plan soon to get into the next one of that one. I did make myself a spooky uh, reading list for October, and I only got to 2 of the books that were on that list, unfortunately. One of them was The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandana. And it was really cute. Really cute. I gave this one 4 stars as well. I think I gave everything 4 stars. I think I'm just I don't know. I'm very generous with my stars, I think. But this was really cute. I enjoyed it. Kind of a cozy read, I guess. But the characters were all really lovable and it was a cute little story. So definitely enjoyed that one. It was great for this time of year. Atmosphere wise, perfect. And then I also read The Book Eaters by Sunyi Dean. I think that's how you pronounce that. I'm not sure. Oh, I tend to buy my books as cheap as I can, and that means that sometimes they have a small amount of damage, which that's okay. I still was able to read it just fine. So now this one was definitely a darker read. It was weird. It was kind of a weird story. There was some a little bit of gross stuff in it. I'm not a horror reader at all, so this is probably as close as I would get to any kind of a horror. Um, but it was an interesting story, really interesting. And it kept me captivated to the end, so I gave it 4 stars again. Oh, I just realized I did read one more. I don't think I have it anymore. Um, I think it was Turn of the Key. I believe that was by Ruth Ware. Um, I think it was. And it was a thriller, and it was good. It definitely had the creepy vibes. Didn't, as most thrillers, it didn't knock my socks off. I think I gave it 3 stars. And I don't have it anymore because I usually just get rid of give my thrillers away to somebody. Just because once you know the ending to them, I feel like they're not fun to reread anymore. So, yeah, so it was four books in October, which is not bad at all. And Turn of the Key was also on my spooky reading list for the month. So, I had 3 spooky reads and then one that I was finishing up basically from September, really. And that is it. So we are finally at the end. That was all I got up to in October. It was a good month. Definitely enjoyed my time with all the spooky things in every aspect. I hope you had a great October too. I hope your November is starting off great. Thank you so much for being here, as always, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.